1 day to go. What an important milestone this will be for XRP, for the XRP army, and of course Ripple and the entire US, I believe. Hi, welcome back to Cheeky Crypto. My name is Nick, and today, guys, we're discussing XRP, specifically the technical analysis with a little bit of fundamental stuff in the background. And boy, oh boy, have I been waiting for this one. So, as I get into the video, if you find it useful and informative, smash the like button. I do appreciate that. If you are new to the channel, then why not go ahead and subscribe, tap the bell, select all the notifications, and in doing so, you will be kept up to date with everything that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. If you haven't yet joined us in Discord, you're missing a trick. Check it out, linked in the description below. It's a fantastic community talking crypto 24/7. It's completely free, and I don't think you'll be disappointed by what you find down there, so why not go ahead and check it out. And let's just jump right down into this thing, right? So I think it might be good to start with actually discussing, what's going on. Well, for those who have been living under a rock for a little while, basically June 13th is an important date. So basically it's the public redacted documents from the former SEC official William Hinman will basically be made publicly available, right? And this is the speech that was saying that Ethereum is not a security, and the SEC are basically have been saying for a while now that the speech is just Hinman's personal thoughts and opinions, in the same way that you saw Gary Gensler just like last month in the hearing basically say, I'm here on my thoughts on my own, and all that kind of BS nonsense, right? You're representing an agency, you don't have personal thoughts and opinions at that point. And so the argument here has always been that the SEC were behind the speech. I mean, someone wrote it for him. I can't imagine he wrote it for himself, right? A lot of these high-level individuals never write anything for themselves. So someone wrote it for him, and really that comes back to then these emails, right? And the importance of these emails. Well, if it was Hinman's personal thoughts and opinions, why do these emails even exist, right? And so these emails, going around, flying around the SEC, talking about this speech, are incredibly important. They're important for multiple different factors. One, a lot of people are just super interested why the SEC are so hell-bent on preventing the release of these emails. There must be something juicy in there. Then, of course, you've got Brad Garlinghouse feeling super confident because he's already seen these emails. And well, their public release is going to be basically one of the final nails in the coffin for the SEC. At least Brad Garlinghouse is that confident on it. So it brings us to, okay, well, if there's something really juicy in these emails that's not really something that the SEC want out, and that brings Ripple a lot of confidence, boy oh boy, does that make my mouth water. I want to know what on earth is going on at the SEC. I mean, I suspect pure manipulation, pure corruption at its finest, but, we'll know just 1 day's time. It'll be redacted, and that is a little bit annoying, but for the most part, I think we can kind of probably read between I hope so. I mean, it might all be redacted, but I like to think that there's something in there that the public are going to be made aware of, and just show the pure level of corruption that sits at the SEC, whether that is Hinman, whether that is Clayton, whether that is Gensler. It doesn't matter. They're all the same. They've all got the puppet master behind them pulling the strings. They all need to go to jail, in my opinion, and therefore the 13th of June is a very important date for the XRP community. So on that note, let's go ahead and come back into our charts, because we've seen a fair few things occurring, right? And therefore it's important that we kind of, take stock of the situation. So we're going to start things off with smart money concepts. Smart money concepts, the idea is tracking big money movements in the space. So we saw that we were in a bullish structure. It got changed into a bearish structure. We changed it back into a bullish structure. We changed it back into a bearish structure. You get the idea here. We've been bouncing around a little bit. Essentially, not the best. Now, we are still no confirmation of a direction, okay? We can have all these little change of characters as much as we want, but until we get a break of structure, like this one here, we're not going to get a confirmational move. So we are kind of ranging, okay? This is probably building up for a big momentous move at some point. Now, I'm confident, and I'm confident because of this big correction that we've had so far and the rally that we've had back up. It shows us that we are, finishing with this corrective action here, and we can continue our move. Now, if we take a look at this on a bigger scale, we just zoom out a fraction here, this big correction right in the middle here actually shows us with with the idea of a short-term correction that allows us to continue what led into it, and what led into it was a pretty monumentous move. And so we're still looking at potentially pushing up towards that 58.60 level. And if the emails are as juicy as I think they're going to be, we may even see FOMO bordering and pushing the price action significantly further. I don't think it's going to be the moonshot that so many people are hoping for or wishing for, but I do think it's going to be pretty decent nonetheless. And depending on how bad these emails get, it could fuel a little mini relief rally across the board. A lot of cryptocurrencies at the moment have been labeled by the SEC as securities, everything from Algorand, Cardano, BNB, and so forth, right? And Solana, and the list kind of goes on. I think there's like 62 different cryptocurrencies when I last checked that the SEC believe are basically securities, right? And very loosely as well. Now, and the fact that the speech says that Ethereum is not not a security because it is, satisfactorily or has a I'm not sure what the right word here is, but it's decentralized, right? It's sufficiently decentralized. I think that was the terminology that was used. And well, there are protocols like Cardano's ADA, for example, that is more decentralized than that of Ethereum, right? And we can argue how centralized Bitcoin is as well with the mining companies and so forth. And so we have to kind of really consider, you can't really think of, if Ethereum is not a security, then Cardano by the same branch would not be, right? And so I think there's a few things that are going on. We also recently saw the SEC remove certain parts of Hinman's biography on their website, and also removed XRP as a security from their website, I believe. And so some things are bubbling in the background here, and they're trying to front run whatever these emails are, and therefore it makes me really, really interested. Now, from a technical analysis point of view, the fact that we have completed this and I'm looking for that move to the upside, I am a little bit cautious over this structure. This structure makes me a little bit nervous. Up, consolidate, up, consolidate, up, consolidate. Probably up. This happens to be a manipulation type of pattern. And has me a little bit nervous because you see these patterns, they kind of go up, they consolidate, up, they consolidate, up, they consolidate, up, they consolidate, and then they come on down in exactly the same way. This is like a market maker pattern, essentially. Market makers tend to do such a thing. Now, I hope that's not the case. W, X, Y, X, and Z would be complete. Looks like we've completed a mini correction here, though. So I am expecting a move to the upside. It doesn't look very natural, so I'm a little bit nervous about that. But we are in lower lows, lower highs, and they do have a tendency to break up. So the next move, I think, is up, regardless of how high that's going to go. But the next move should be to the upside. Whether we breach that high up here in the strong high area, get a change of characterization is kind of what we're looking for to make that a weak high, and then we can continue to break upwards. But to me, it's not giving me a lot of confidence until those emails are coming out. But everything here that's going on, a big reset, could be good for XRP in terms of momentum. Bringing up our momentum indicator here, you can see that we're oversold on the 1 hour. Coming over to the 4 hour, we've still got a bit of progression to the downside. The 8 hour has some good moves, that's not too bad. 12 hours in a good spot, 16 hours in a good spot, 20 hours in a good spot. Daily is it's in an okay spot, so I'm not too concerned there. Weekly probably could go up, that's not a problem either. Monthly I know is progressing nicely to the upside. So all in all, it looks like there is still progression upwards to be had here, but it isn't going to be the moonshot. Okay, so I'm still thinking price is going to be suppressed quite a bit. After all, this is just a bunch of emails coming out showing you the level of corruption at the SEC. Yes, that's a positive thing for the public because the SEC do not have your best interests at heart. Essentially, they are using you as a weapon. They're saying that they're protecting you and using that and weaponizing that, but they're not actually protecting you. You can see this time and time again. Billions of dollars of damage to retail investors is not the definition of protecting retail investors. So we know that's not their case. It's not what they're doing. So we have to be, aware that at some point we are going to see profits getting taken from the market. We're going to see price come back down. But the case, when it does come to an end, I think we will kind of have to kind of reset everything here on the charts, and I think we're going to see nice significant moves to the upside once we start seeing US exchanges freely listing XRP again, and they actually have clarity behind it. I think that is where the real money will be made for XRP. That being said, some opportunities are in front of us here for potential for short-term trading, because I do think there's going to be a move to the upside, but I'm a little bit nervous just over that little pattern there that is playing out. Hopefully that is not the case, but the next move in my opinion should be to the upside. We've got momentum behind us. We should be able to at least achieve, in my opinion, 60 cent, but that is all it is. Now we can see here that we had left some fair value gaps behind. We saw this one over here. We did fill that. We see this one over this side right here, and we filled that. There are no other fair value gaps here at the moment. For those who do not know what a fair value gap is, a fair value gap basically is an imbalance in the order book. Let me bring up 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗔𝗥𝗘. Now, 𝗕𝗘𝗪 is my kind of go-to platform for trading either spot or leverage. This here is a XRP USDT spot trading pair, and basically an imbalance in the order books is something that is seen in terms of fair value gaps. So we saw a couple of red candles there, large red candles, right? We can see them here and here. Let me draw these on here, because we do have TradingView built into directly into 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗔𝗥𝗘, which is really useful, which means I can actually draw directly in the charts here. But you can see these two fair value gaps. This is created, right? If there's so much selling pressure here, like one large order comes in to try to sell XRP, and there isn't any buyers at those particular prices, price has to come down before those orders can be sold off, right? And that creates a gap in the market. It's an illiquid market at these particular ranges. When you find these, price likes to come back up and fill those gaps out, okay? Liquidity likes to go back to where liquidity was missing before. So you can see here that we had two fair value gaps. They've been filled out. There's nothing else actually fair value gap wise going at the moment. That means that the market is liquid, and it basically means that we haven't got large smart money dragging the market in any one direction at the moment. So that is both a positive and a negative. As long as it's highly liquid, we are not expecting big violent moves in the market. The second that liquidity starts to dry up or disappear, that's when we start to see big moves in the market. So yeah, I think there's a lot going on with the SEC. We've got a lot going on with how they are classifying many different cryptocurrencies as securities, and in the different exchanges that they're targeting, right? They're targeted Binance, they're targeted Coinbase, and as such, you might be thinking, well, where can I buy XRP, and do I have to do KYC and all that kind of stuff? Well, I'm pleased to say that you can sign up to 𝗕𝗘𝗪 using our affiliate link in the description below. There is no KYC. They do have a spot pair for XRP, and well, it's just my go-to platform. I use it pretty much for most things. There's occasionally a token that's not there, and I have to go over to something like 𝗕𝗪𝗋, but for the most part, I've stopped using Binance. I didn't think I would, but I actually have, and I'm not missing it, and that's quite an interesting thing to think about. So if you're looking for a new exchange to something to test out, why not check out the affiliate link in the description below for 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗔𝗥𝗘. They do some fantastic offers where, depending on how much you deposit, you can earn up to $8,000 in deposit bonuses and different types of tasks that you have to do. They also do so many other kind of benefits of joining their platform and trading with their platform as well. We also use anyone who signs up with our affiliate link for a trading competition. You're automatically enrolled, and if you are actively trading the futures and the USDT pair, then you have a chance to win $100 every single week just by having the best P&L for the week, and that's a percent period. So it's not about how much volume, it's not about how many dollars that you put in there, it's all about how much percentage points that you earn. And if you earn the best percentage P&L in that 1 week period, Monday to Sunday, then you will win $100 USDT. And this is something that we're doing through 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗔𝗥𝗘. It is funded by Cheeky Crypto. More details are down in the Discord server. It has no affiliation with any other platform whatsoever. It is solely Cheeky Crypto, but we use the affiliate link to basically aggregate everyone's data together so that we can run the competition really efficiently. So as I said, check it out, linked in the description below. It is an affiliate link, which means we do benefit. It helps the channel out massively if you do sign up to 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗔𝗥𝗘 using that link. But for the most part, yeah, I think anyone in the US who's looking for an exchange that requires no KYC, that has XRP as a trading pair, check it out. I don't think you'll be disappointed. Let's jump on back down into the charts here, though, for XRP. So we can see here, I think the next move is to the upside. Now, from an Elliott wave theory point of view, we completed the zigzag. I thought it was an irregular flat. It was not. We completed this by coming down into the low ranges here, and we started to progress on up. For the most part, nothing terribly too unusual at this point in time. Still expect that move to the upside. From our weekly time frame, we are up in a bit of resistance. This is the struggle. So we are struggling with trying to push up into that weekly highs, and chances are if we are going to test anywhere, we're just going to test the slightly higher range before getting rejected and moving to the downside. But it will be interesting to kind of see how this plays out. At the moment, we're using the 200 weekly EMA as support. So if that holds, all is good for XRP. I'm going to leave this video right there though, guys. If you found it useful, informative, smash that like button. I do appreciate that. If you're new, subscribe. If you haven't joined us in Discord, check it out, linked in the description below. And if you're looking for a new exchange, why not check out 𝗕𝗘𝗪 using the affiliate link in the description below. Until the next one though, guys, have a fantastic day.
We are not financial advisors, and none of what we have communicated verbally or in writing here should be considered as financial advice. It is not. Do your own research before investing in any digital asset or affiliate offers, and understand that investing in any crypto is risky. If you do, you need to be prepared to lose your entire investment. This video is for information and entertainment purposes only. All our videos are strictly personal opinions. Please make sure you do your own research and never take our opinions for financial guidance. There are multiple strategies, and not all strategies fit all people. Our videos are not financial advice.